There's been a lot of conversation about my use of the word manipulation. Here's what I want to share with you, a way to look at the word so it doesn't have all this lint, dust, funk attached to it, okay? So here's my desire. My desire is that I am a person who, as this body gets to keep getting older, still have a range of movement. So what we've been taught is, here, I'll bring you closer. What we typically are taught is put everything so it's convenient for us, right? Convenient. Like the things they want you to buy at the grocery store are at this level. Not here, not here, here, within direct eyesight, right? When I desire to be a person who has more range of movement, I can manipulate my environment. So does that feel weird and icky when I say I can manipulate my environment? Here's what I mean. I can make it so there are things that I use all the time that I need to reach up high. And then there are things that I use all the time that I need to squat down for. Now I get to choose if I do this, like stretch out my hammies while I do it, or if I do this, I practice squatting. But notice that all of this is manipulation. And so, this is purposeful manipulation, like on purpose, not malicious, purposeful though. Just like when I have a hard time tolerating somebody else's big feelings or their frustration, and I'll be super specific. I'm gonna talk about my beloved. He has an inflammatory relationship with technology. Like, if a thing doesn't work right away, he just, it like sets him on fire. He has the most cantankerous relationship with the telephone asking for representatives because he's hollering, representative, and it vibrates everything in the phone and it can't understand him. So it asks what he wants and he hollers in it and it can't hear. All right, so back to manipulation. In the very beginnings of us being together, and this thing of his where something will flare him up, and my having been a person who, friend, I didn't tolerate big feelings in anybody, not me, not somebody else. And what I knew to do was to manipulate by me leaving. I manipulated myself. I moved myself out of the way for my ease. Or when I noticed it was coming, right? Because while I have the ability to attune, to respond to people's joy, my safety was responding to people's not joy, their irritation, that things were about to get hairy and I didn't want to be a part of it. So, ways I could manipulate. Manipulate by removing myself. Manipulate by seeing that he was starting to get frustrated and then swooping in. Can I help you with that? How can I help you with that? You know, if you did the doodle, now here's the thing, the swooping in, it felt like I was just doing it for him. I was just doing it for him. I was just trying to be helpful. But I wasn't just doing it for him. I was doing it so I also did not have to be uncomfortable with his discomfort. That's not malicious. It's also not being a good person. It's being a human. It's being a human who sees a way that I can avoid discomfort by manipulating, moving things for the ease of that person and me. So here's what I want to say about when I use manipulation. When you hear me use it in a nefarious kind of way, that's because you hold the definition as nefarious and malicious. And there's another way to hold that definition. It can be used for the ease of someone without malicious intent. It can be both. It can be used for malicious intent, but also it speaks a lot about us when I hear a word and the only thing I hear is the malicious intent part. And look, it's natural because that's what we were handed. We were handed, here's what this word means. Here's the only way it's used. When it's used any other way than this, it's like everything. We are handed definitions of things. Things that there are more to than the one way. Things can be both. Life is full of yes and. Yes and both can be true. So notice when your mindset is it's either this way, whatever it is, or it's that way. It's either good or it's bad. It was either for malicious intent or it was as a safety measure, so you can't call it this. It keeps people from healing when you call it this. But it doesn't keep people from doing anything. People and their definitions of things, we keep us from doing things. The ways we've been taught to identify something, what it means about that, what it means about me, what it means about the person doing it, what it means about the world. Part of what my heart is to share with you is we get to decide what things mean. What a word means about me, what it means about you, what I make it mean about the world. And what I'm gonna make it mean is that I get to choose, that I showed up purposeful, that everything I've ever been through, I can think it's either the worst thing ever and it's the thing that's always gonna hold me back, or it's the thing that I get to decide it either means not a damn thing, or it means, oh yeah, I got stuff to do. And these are just dragons and swamps on my path to adventure. But I'm the hero of my fucking story. I'm the hero of my story. I got swamps, I got dragons, I got rodents of unusual size. For sure I do, because I am living an adventure. And when you want to come hang out with people who are living their adventure and starting to see that their life isn't just a slog, it's a fucking choose your own adventure. Come on. Because on our adventure, sometimes we have a guide, we got buddies, we got a bag of tricks, we whip out, come and play with us. It's Sturdy Hall. The Facebook group is going to be moving to Skool. Both of the links, well, the link to Skool is in my profile. The link to the Facebook group doesn't seem to be working. So, but it is Sturdy Hall with Brandi Moran. All right, I'll see you there. Manipulation. It's not just for evil villains anymore.